Hello guys and welcome to this video. Before starting the video, please take a second to read the disclaimers. 1. I can definitely tell that most of these opinions will make some people mad, so please watch this video with an open mind. Everyone has different opinions, so it's okay to disagree. I'm asking you to respect my observations and to respect any comments with other opinions. If you are not able to do that, I'm asking you to leave. Don't even bother commenting rude comments because I will delete any hateful comments. 2. Some of these opinions might not really be unpopular, but I'm adding them anyway since I've never seen anyone talk about that topic or because I want to bring more awareness to that specific topic/group/situation. 3. In this video I'll use expressions such as y'all or you guys. I am not referring to the viewer in particular, but I'm just talking in general. If you feel targeted then it's probably about you, if you don't feel targeted then cool. 4. If you need any further explanation or context about some of these, feel free to comment. With this being said, let's get into it. Lisa's solo was my favorite one among Blackpink. It was definitely YG style and it fit her voice so well. I also love how she included her own culture in the MV. YG has always made this kind of music and I don't understand why people were so shocked when Lisa came out. I saw so many people constantly hating on this song. I honestly suspect most people insist it's a bad song only because they hate Lisa. If this song was sung by any other YG artist, Mino, G-Dragon, Taeyang, and so on, you guys would have probably loved it. Some K-pop stans hate on some songs when they actually just dislike the artist. I hope you understand what I mean. Yes, of course I know everyone has their own music taste, but acting all shocked when the song was released was an exaggerated reaction to me because YG's music has always been like this, especially in the past. Disliking her solo is fine, but saying it's too noisy is not a very smart take because Blackpink and YG artists have always had their distinct noisy style. The Itzy hate wagon is unnecessary and exaggerated. I understand not everyone can like their songs, but claiming they fell off is such a stretch, guys. Do y'all realize some people actually loved Sneakers and Cheshire, right? Just because y'all hate them doesn't mean Itzy automatically are flops. Some people don't realize how their opinion doesn't really affect a group's popularity. I saw so many TikTokers and YouTubers making whole video essays about how Itzy are flopping, but they are nowhere near flopping. Disliking a group them flopping. I also saw some people predicting that Itzy will become a flop group, but I need y'all to be realistic for a second. Itzy is nowhere near becoming a flop group. They are still successful because a lot of people like them. It just happened that the people who dislike them gained a lot of views and likes, so it almost seems like they're flopping. But if you look at their sales, views, and listens, Itzy are doing perfectly fine with their target audience. I don't know if I'm the only one here with this mentality, but I feel like some K-pop stans just aren't used to dislike K-pop songs. And when they happen to dislike a song they go crazy and they don't know what to do. They make videos and videos about how shocked they are. They keep spreading hate and stuff. I think y'all need to calm down a little. This is not just about Itzy, but also when a K-pop group in general makes a bad song I see that y'all don't know how to act. Sometimes a group is not aimed at you and it's fine, but there's no need to freak out and make a whole video dedicated to hate on a group. I hate when an idol stops rapping during a live performance and K-pop stans say they stopped rapping to prove they aren't lip-syncing. Like who told you that? Maybe they were just out of breath or something. It's funny how everyone assumes a rapper is proving something when they simply stopped rapping for a second. Sometimes y'all just make up stuff to make your idols look better, but honestly, it's ridiculous. Let's not make stuff up, please. I love 17 with my whole life, but Hoshi's Tiger was just bad. I didn't like the verses or even the instrumental. It sounds like something he wrote and produced in like 5 minutes. Yes, it's iconic and I loved his studio chum performance, but in my personal opinion the song is very bad. K-pop stans need to stop complaining about some members not getting a lot of views on their fan cams. I'm sorry to burst y'all's bubble, but I'm personally going to watch the fan cams of my bias line. I will not sit there and watch 10 videos of different members dancing to the same song. I'm sorry, but let's be realistic for a second. Of course people are going to watch the fan cam of the main dancer or of their bias. You can't force them to watch every single member. It's just a waste of time honestly. Watching fan cams should be for fun, not something forced out of pity. If you like to watch every single fan cam, then good for you honestly, that's cool, but let's not force people to stream fan cams. Complaining about fancam views is so dumb, and it's literally not that serious. There will always be one, or more, member whose fancams get less views, and we should accept it. This is going to sound hateful, but I'm just being honest, so please don't misunderstand me. Can we stop pretending that Jongho from ATEEZ is the best vocalist in the whole 4th gen? He is a great vocalist, yeah, but unfortunately he strains his voice way too often. There are some main vocalists who are objectively better and have a better technique than him. I'm kinda tired of seeing biased people claiming that he's the best 4th gen vocalist when there are better ones. Speaking about biased K-pop stans, I have met so few objective K-pop stans who aren't afraid of saying their own opinion. We need more of them, to be honest. I love when K-pop stans are honest and objective. Please let's be friends if you're a K-pop stan and you're also very objective and not afraid to say your opinions. Blackswan is a very weird group and everything about them is so fishy. I will never stand them. They always have scandals and controversies. At this point I don't even know if it's a marketing thing, to give them exposure and attention, even if it's negative, because people talk about them, or if they're just that childish. I think K-pop idols should be professional and not get in too many scandals, or their image will be ruined by their carelessness. NCT-zens that are less than OT22 are super valid. We can't deny that most NCT members have done questionable/problematic things and fans are allowed to dislike them for their actions. This also applies to any other group, by the way. I just wanted to make an example with NCT since NCT-zens are always fighting about this matter. I'm personally something like OT10, I lost count, so don't nitpick on this, because most members did problematic stuff that gave me the ick and I couldn't keep supporting them. I still love the music and I call myself an NCT-zen because I actively listen to all of their music, but it still doesn't mean I support every single member and their actions. The whole "you can't be part of the fandom if you don't support all of the members" argument sounds like a cult motto. And it's terrifying. We have the right to support whoever we want. You can't force every NCT-zen to ignore the problematic members, and fans who are less than OT22 are still NCT-zens. I'm tired of K-pop stans pushing their support every member agenda even with very questionable individuals. Please wake up and stop treating those people like gods. The fact that 2 members of Ghost 9 left the group in 2021 with no explanation whatsoever is very fishy to me. Also, nobody really talked about it except for the fandom. It's such a weird thing and everyone ignored it or simply didn't care. I'm still quite shocked, to be honest, because they left so unexpectedly. I hope they're okay now, but it still feels weird. K-pop stans are usually very vocal about this kind of issue, Pentagon, G-Idol, LE Seraphim, to one and so on, but it seemed like no one truly cared about this and it makes me so sad. Most K-pop stans still don't understand that music is 100% subjective and that nobody has good taste or bad taste. It's okay if you dislike a song, as long as you're not being hateful and make it your only personality trait. I've seen many aggressive K-pop fans insulting, canceling, and calling fake stans people who simply happen to dislike a K-pop song. Some of y'all need to wake up and realize not every single person in the world is gonna like the same songs as you do. I made a video a few weeks ago called K-pop songs that were a huge disappointment to me, and people were leaving so many passive-aggressive comments, as if I was less of a fan for disliking a song. Relax, y'all. You can't expect the entire fandom to enjoy a whole discography, be for real. It's exhausting to fight over this in 2022, and I hope K-pop stans grow up. It's normal to stan a group and dislike some of their songs. You can't force yourself to enjoy every single one of their releases. Like, can we just be chill and share our opinions without fighting? It's just music. Disliking a song isn't a crime, and stop making people feel bad about it. I personally don't care if people call me a fake fan because I don't let those childish fans define me, but you guys seriously need to stop harassing people for disliking a song. K-pop is the safe space of many people, and it's sad to see such toxic individuals ruining the experience for everyone. I think Jessi is annoying and she often crosses boundaries. I know she's trying to be friendly or whatever in her interviews, but she is too touchy and makes everyone uncomfortable. In my opinion, she goes too far, and if I was interviewed by her I would be super uncomfortable. I'm glad she isn't hosting that show anymore. And I will not even talk about her other problematic actions because you can Google them yourselves. There are tons of videos and posts about that. Anyway, if a man interviewed idols the same way she did, y'all would have already noticed and cancelled them. I don't know if it's just me, but I get weird vibes from her being too touchy with idols, commenting every single thing about their bodies and features, and the way she's always talking about her surgeries in an explicit way. Like, yeah, we get it, she got surgery and she's confident, but why does she have to mention it in every single interview and make everyone uncomfortable with her explicit jokes? She acts like she's super close with everyone, but you can see the idols she interviews acting all distant and awkwardly laughing because they don't know how to respond to her humor. The obsession y'all have with long hair is a little too much, and it's so weird. Y'all went so far that San, ATEEZ, Jung, and Intek, P1 Harmony, and Hyunjin, Stray Kids, were heavily insulted and hated only because they cut their hair short. If you don't like short hair, that's okay, but don't go and spread hate comments online because they will see it and it will affect them. Stop the madness. I also prefer when some idols have long hair, but I will not cry and comment hateful stuff about their appearance, like what the hell, it's just hair and we should respect their decision. The whole keep the scissors away from the hairstylist's joke is so cringy. I get that it's just a joke, but it still insinuates you wouldn't like that idol the same way if they changed appearance. It's just so weird how some fans act controlling over their fave's appearance. I hope you know what I mean. There are different types of stage presence and it's time for y'all to understand it. Some idols have a cold presence/image, Winter from aespa, Irene from Red Velvet. Others want to involve the crowd and have fun, Hyunsook from Treasure, Hoshi from 17. Others want to be more energetic, San from ATEEZ, Hyunjin from Stray Kids, Soyeon from G-Idol. Others want to look sexy, Jin from Victon, Taeyang from SF9, and so on. Everyone is doing a great job. Stage presence is something very connected to the idol's style. Y'all can dislike an idol's stage presence, but remember it's subjective. K-pop stans are overreacting when they think a member is going to leave only because they are on hiatus. First of all, they need to rest and you should stop giving them so much pressure. They are already being brave by sharing their problems and taking a break to deal with them, so imagine the amount of pressure they feel when they see their own fans predicting their departure. Just leave them alone and let them rest. Second of all, K-pop stans are overdramatic about the slightest things and y'all always assume the worst scenarios. I promise you that your idol will come back after a deserved rest, just give them some time. A hiatus purpose is to rest and come back after getting better. Just leave them alone, God, or they might actually leave if you pressure them that much. For example, people were pressuring Eric from The Boys so much. I've seen countless videos saying that he will probably leave and other imaginary scenarios. It's simply ridiculous. I'm happy he came back, but I hope y'all take this as a lesson to stop overreacting and to learn to give them space. I don't understand why Wooseok Jinhyuk decided not to promote with Up Tension after Produce X 101, but then they decided to pursue their solo careers. Maybe I am not informed enough about the topic, but it makes zero sense to me. They never officially left the group, but it's kinda sad how they distanced themselves from the group and they don't even associate themselves with Up Tension anymore. Their agency isn't making them look good, to be honest. Their solo music is very good, but it's so fishy how they're still active on their own and they act like they were never in Up Tension. If you know more about this, please comment and let me know because maybe I just missed some news. Listen, I love Billlie, but I can't stand the fact that their B-sides have such complicated names. I eventually end up loving the songs but forgetting their names, so it's pretty sad, lol. My short-term memory brain can't handle those extravagant ass names. I think I already said this, but I will say it again. Some K-pop stans don't know the definition of underrated group and it's becoming annoying at this point. I've seen people calling P1 Harmony underrated, as if they don't have millions of streams, as if they don't have a pretty huge fan base, as if they aren't a known group in K-pop, and as if they don't go viral every other day. Like, be for real. Now, underrated means that they aren't very known, or people only know them for one song, and that they aren't well promoted. I get it that you think they deserve more, but they are a decently popular group and you shouldn't ignore their accomplishments. They deserve what they have and more, but they are not underrated. Actual underrated groups are VOV, who are known for like one song, Elast, who are not very known, Ghost 9, it's rare to see K-pop accounts dedicated to Ghost 9, Kingdom, and so on. Since the last opinion was about underrated groups, let me tell you guys that some K-pop stans don't know what Nugu groups are. There a difference between underrated and Nugu groups. No, your group with millions of views and who managed to get 2 wins on music shows and who regularly performs at Cannes and other festivals is not a Nugu group. Nugu means who, in Korean, so Nugu groups are literally groups of which most K-pop stans have never heard about. They have so few listens, views and they don't sell many physical albums. They are basically unknown groups. No, Ghost 9 and TFN aren't Nugus because some people actually know about their existence. The right term for Ghost 9 and TFN is underrated because their music isn't very popular but they have a small fandom. I've seen people calling very Nugus, but y'all need to be for real and stop lessening their accomplishments. Very is something in between normal and underrated, but they recently had their first win so I'd appreciate people to stop treating them like they don't have any fans or success. I honestly can't even make examples of actual Nugu groups because I mostly stan famous and underrated groups. I know it's been years but I really need to clear this out since some people still attack me online for this. I will never support Kim Woojin, former Stray Kids member. I am not a hater or anything, I just think there are many factors that hint that he isn't really a good person and that I cannot trust him. Remember, this is how I personally see it based on my own reflections. It's just so fishy how Stray Kids cut ties with him and re-recorded every single song from pre-debut to his departure. That just screams red flag to me. Usually when a member leaves/gets kicked out of the group, they stay on good terms with the members. Jongho was still seen hanging out with Monsta X. iKON talked very maturely about B.I.G. Idol still includes Soojin sometimes. If I don't remember wrong, Tob hinted that they are 7 because they wanted to include Ilhoon, and many more idols simply are on good terms with their former groups. I've literally never seen any group re-record their whole discography just because a member left the group. But in this case Stray Kids members insisted they want to be seen as a group of 8, changed their lyrics from 9 or none to stay or none. Chen got disappointed when a website used an old picture for them, and so on. There are many signals that led me to think he isn't the good, innocent boy we were used to see. Also, I don't know if y'all remember that he created a new company Twitter account with a logo stolen from an actual company, how he acted unprofessional and all sarcastic when he was accused of abusing a person, and other fishy behavior. I know the abuse allegations were proven false, but this isn't about the allegations, this is about his behavior and how he acted in a way that made me think he isn't a good person. There's just so much stuff, dude. I don't hate him or anything but I just get super bad vibes from him and I'd rather not support him. Woojin's stans need to understand that not everyone is obligated to support/like him. You guys can think whatever you want of him, I just wanted to take this off my chest. I don't even want to argue about this because I've argued enough and I'm not changing position. I prefer to trust my instinct and ignore K-pop stans need to understand that having a bias doesn't mean you don't care about other members. You can have a bias and still be total members. I've seen way too many people saying that they cannot have a bias because they love everyone, and I guarantee it's not that serious. Having a bias is just for fun and it shouldn't give you pressure. I don't understand why some people say I bias member but I support the whole group, because having a bias doesn't exclude the possibility to support the whole group. People who have a bias aren't better than people who have a bias/bias line, because at the end of the day they both support the group. I don't really care about Hyuna and Dawn breaking up. Of course I wish them happiness and a good life, but it's not like I'm crying over their private relationship. I've seen people on TikTok saying stuff like I don't believe in true love anymore or I'm crying so bad right now, but I don't think it's that serious. It doesn't impact any of you guys' lives, so please stop being overdramatic. We shouldn't base our definition of love over a celebrity couple. Honestly, I think most K-pop stans act ridiculous when it comes to dating and breaking up news. I personally feel neutral about this. I still respect them as artists, and nothing changed, lol. You shouldn't say you're part of the fandom if you haven't listened to the group's whole discography. I understand not knowing the members' names and not watching variety shows because not everyone might be interested to be that deep into a group and some people are there only for the music. But, in my opinion, to be part of the fandom you should at least have listened to their discography. It's like the bare minimum to be part of the fandom. If you only know a few songs or just the title tracks, then you're just a casual listener, and it's okay. I've seen many people saying that N-Team are N-Hypen's copy or that N-Team are N-Hypen's shadow. Y'all need to stop. They are two different groups with their own color, so stop acting like they are the same group. Also, some people have been complaining about the fact they have similar concepts, but y'all aren't making any sense. They might have a similar concept because both of their lore/storyline is connected in their webtoons. They are students of rival schools, so their lore happens in the same fictional universe. So yeah, y'all should get informed before spreading hate because it's seriously damaging for both groups. Their storylines are connected, but NHypen and N-Team still remain two different groups. It's not that hard to understand, and I don't get the whole hate wagon. We can say it's something similar to SM's Kwanga. All SM artists live in that world, but still every artist has their own identity. The only self-made K-pop groups that I can recall right now are Stray Kids, 17, G, Idol and Wonyu. Bang Chan literally chose himself every member to be debuting in Stray Kids. He chose the group's name. 3 Racha produces and writes every single song and so on. They might have big 3 privileges, but it doesn't exclude the fact they're a self-made group. 17 literally invented themselves. Wooseok co-wrote and co-produced all 17 songs, and if I'm not mistaken they decide what to perform at concerts and participate in the decision of most of their schedules. G, Idol members have written and composed most of their songs. Their debut was 100% on Soyeon's hands, and their success is all thanks to the members. Soyeon takes care of the group's titles, concept, and so on. She literally created the group. Wonyu were a band and made music even before entering the agency and before officially debuting, so they are an example of a self-made band. I've seen people saying that ATs or the boys are self-made, but they literally are not. I'm not hating, just being honest here. They don't have many credited songs and their agencies took care of their whole career and concept, so they can't be counted as a self-made group, which is okay. Being self-made isn't just producing a few songs, but it's so much more. Y'all shouldn't throw the word self-made group at any group out there because it'd simply be false. This is not an opinion but more like a rant. I'm so tired of seeing people saying stuff like Xdinary heroes don't look happy to be in a band or Xdinary heroes would be better as a K-pop group rather than a band. I need y'all to be for real for a second. First of all, Yesod and Jongho said they were supposed to be in a K-pop group and that it was a little shocking to debut in a band for them. But it doesn't mean they hate their life as a band now. I've seen so many dramatic people saying that it must have been devastating, but oh my god, relax, they're fine. Stop acting like they are super sad and unsatisfied. Second of all, they are a perfect band, and they wrote and composed all of their songs. If they hated their job they wouldn't be making their music at all. They could have left the company before debuting if they really hated it so much. People who say they are a wasted potential clearly haven't heard their songs because there's nothing wasted honestly. Their songs showcase their abilities perfectly and they're doing amazing. And lastly, they aren't sad because they debuted in a band instead of a K-pop group. People who think the members are miserable or something clearly haven't watched their content and it shows. This is all for today's video. If you've watched till the end, thank you so much. As you know, y'all are free to comment your opinions, but remember to be respectful. I hope 2023 will be a better year because 2022 was a very unfortunate year for K-pop and K-pop stans. Many groups disbanded, many members left for unfortunate reasons. Happy New Year to each one of you. I really appreciate all the support. Thanks for watching and I'll see y'all in my next video.